Okay, for some reason, there it goes. This is Rob Ikes, you guys, and that's what you just heard was some really cool tunes. And this is the Rob Ikes Shearhorn model resonator. And for those of you that bought it from me, and I told you he loved it, he really does. Rob was going to tell us a few things that's cool about this guitar. And I just found out it's GBD, so it's 2 G triads, because I'm ignorant.
It don't get any simpler than that.
That is.
Dobro's easy. Dobro's easy. What I like about these guitars is, they look gorgeous, the workmanship's great, but of course the sound is what matters. And they have such a balanced sound, and everyone that I've played has just sounded great. Really
So what do you mean by balanced?
Well, on the Dobro, typically the first string is real loud and everything else is not.
Is that right?
Well, on a lot of
A lot of them. Okay.
And what I like about this, because that's one of the things that Tim Shearhorn did so well when he first started building, is that it brought out the low end of the guitar.
Okay.
And these guitars have Tim Shearhorn cones in them now because he's building his own cones.
Right.
Resonator inside. So they have the Shearhorn resonator.
And it's only the Vector resonator we're talking about here.
Right. Yeah.
It's exclusive.
Yeah. And just listen, I mean, there's just a balance from the low end to the high. So I think musically, when Tim came along and building his guitars, it allowed us players to really use the low end of the guitar more.
Okay.
A lot of times, I'll just do that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And on other guitars, you can't do that.
It just dies? It dies out?
There's no, the sustain, the volume isn't as loud, and it won't ring as long. So, and I think it has a lot to do with Tim's design on the inside with the sound posts, and it has a baffle system here that kind of forces the sound out the screen holes.
Well,
These big screen holes help also. So all of that contributes to more sound.
and for the ignorant among us, including me, that's a square neck?
This is a square neck. When Dobros or resonator guitars were first invented, they were just trying to increase the volume of an acoustic guitar. So back in the 20s, they put a metal resonator in a guitar body, basically. And then people started going like this and playing Hawaiian style with it. And Brother Oswald would play with Roy Acuff on the guitar for 60 years or whatever. He was the first guy to really play this instrument flat, the first well-known person, Hawaiian style. And he brought this guitar into existence, this style of playing. And from there, Josh Graves played with flat Scruggs and made it a bluegrass instrument. And Mike Aldridge did some amazing things with it, as did Jerry Douglas. And so those are my four, main influences on the instrument.
Very cool.
So the instrument started from Hawaiian country music. And
Just so you know, you're a big influence. I get a lot of people calling in asking for Rob Ikes' model, and because of you. So you've got a lot of followers out there. That's really cool.
Well, it's a beautiful instrument.
The other thing that's interesting, they call in because it's so much less expensive, but then when they get it, they call back going that it should be 3 or 4 times as much money.
That's been my experience too.
Is that right?
A lot of emails about that, and that's great because I told Abe when we started doing this that I wanted something that people could afford, and it sounded great, and I think he's accomplished that.
Well, that's great. Well, God bless you, because it works.
Thank you.
And thank you, Rob, so much for being on the K2B show, and thanks for playing for us. That was awesome. I will be back at 1 o'clock for sure.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.